Nigel Farage suggests the Royal Marines may have to take migrants back to France and accuses the French Navy of aiding and abetting peoples. The Reform UK Honorary President declared Labour's proposal, to intensify efforts to hunt organised crime groups through the creation of a new border security command, is far worse than Mr Sunak's bid to end the Channel migrant. And Mr Farage said attempting to cut off the head of the smuggling gangs. He told the Daily Express, Starmer's plan is far worse than Rishi's plan. Rishi's plan might be okay if it wasn't for that court, the European Court of Human Rights. So it isn't going. The Tories are warning voters that backing Reform UK will lead to Sir Keir Starmer becoming Prime Minister. And despite branding Labour's plan to stop the boats as a joke, Mr Farage brushed aside suggestions voting for reform could lead to Britain taking in more migrants. He told the Daily Express, how could it get worse? There are only a certain number of dinghies the traffickers can get their hands on. This argument the Tories are portraying to you, that the other lot is worse, they are going to lose anyway. I think the public are realizing it. They are going to lose. Quite honestly, whether it is the Channel or legal migration, I don't think there is any difference between Labour and the Conservatives. It was Labour that opened the door in an irresponsible way that has led to these areas that we see. All the Conservatives have done is accelerate the process. Just look at the numbers. So, no, I don't buy that argument in any way at all. Sir Keir has vowed to scrap the Rwanda scheme, even if it is deterring migrants from crossing the Channel, and to focus solely on hunting the smuggling. He wants to create a new border security command, which will bring together the National Crime Agency, Immigration Enforcement and MI5 to smash the organised crime networks operating throughout Europe. Mr Farage branded Labour's plan to stop the boats as a joke. He said, there's no way just going for the gangs is going to make a difference. He's even talking about joining up with an EU scheme that might finish up with us taking more people than we are at this moment in time. Neither side has any credible policy. He added, to Brexit voters, what happened in the English Channel is a serious affront and they see frankly us allowing it to continue as being a betrayal of what they voted for in the referendum and what they trusted the Conservatives with in the general election and that massive 80-seat majority in 2019. And I have to say I feel that too. We stood aside in 319 seats to give the Conservatives a clear run. We didn't want a Corbyn Lib Dem SNP coalition. We must leave the ECHR if we want to have sovereignty over our borders. It's just as simple. Mr Farage, in his first speech during the general election campaign, described the Channel migrant crisis as a slow-motion D-Day in reverse and a national security issue. And the Brexit architect called for urgent talks with French President Emmanuel Macron over the French Navy and their escorting of migrant boats across the Channel. He said, I think the one thing the French will respect is firmness. The escorting by the French Navy is aiding and abetting the people traffic. If the French Navy won't cooperate, we may have to use the Royal Marines to send people back to the beaches of France. I hope it never gets to that. They need to know we are serious. We have given them a vast sum of money. It's not working. The French Navy should not be doing what they are doing. Someone needs to make that clear, and thus far, nobody has. It is not a declaration of war. We have to persuade the French what their navy is doing is just plain wrong at every level.